Welcome back to Black Powder Maniac Shooting Show. All the shooting is done with this rascal today. Put probably 30 or 35 rounds to it a little while ago. And now it's time to clean it up. And Kalashnikov, K-L-A-S-H-N-I-K-O-V 4784 writes, could you post a video on how to clean one of these? What he's talking about is the Traditions Trapper Flintlock pistol. Let's get right into it. The items you need to clean this rascal is pretty simple. Some type of a cleaning rod, a screwdriver to fit your screws to take the lock out, some type of oil, Dawn dish soap's what I use, and plain old tap water, and plenty of patches. Well, the next part to do is put a little bit of soap inside that rascal. Shake it all up and get it ready to clean. So to take this thing apart, it's pretty simple. Remove the ramrod, the first thing I'll do, and get a screwdriver out that fits the screws, and just take them right out. And I always find a place to set them right over here so that they will not roll around on the ground and get lost, and so forth. It takes 2 screws to get the lock out of Traditions Trapper gun. And this is all it takes right there. As you can tell, it is kind of grimy looking. To get started, how I clean these things up, and you got to remember there's tons of ways of cleaning your firearms. The main thing is you clean them up. I'll put a little bit of water on a patch and just soak the bottom of the frizzen. Well, cleaned up as such. Get the pan all cleaned out so it looks like it's brand new. Come along the bottom here. Now some guys, and I have done this on prior videos, just drop the lock in a bucket of water and clean them up that way. And I found out that that's really not all that necessary. Just clean them up as such here, and I'll get another rag out, another patch out, and clean them up and so forth like this. And just dry them out real well when you're done with them. Really not that much to it. Clean them up. Now occasionally if you want to, you can take this lock all the way apart to clean up everything inside, but I have found out that, you know, once a year maybe if you want to do that, that would work. But what I'll do here is just clean it up as such. You can see it's all pretty clean. I use not Hops number 9 oil like this bottle is, but regular 10W30 motor oil, and I just put a little drop in here in these places that move a lot, like down the frizzen and so forth, and just set it aside. All right, to pull the barrel off this firearm, there's a wedge stuck in here. Some guns have pins in them, and I don't take those apart, but this one has a wedge in it. So just take a little screwdriver, that's why I keep my towel under here handy so I won't lose the wedge, and just pop it right out. And set the wedge aside. Notice that the barrel comes right out. As you take the barrel out, there's a little clip down in here. You have to keep up with the little clip right here. This is a ramrod clip which holds it in place, and I'll show you how to put that back together when we get ready to reassemble it in a few minutes. Once you've taken the barrel out, there's several ways you can use to clean it up. One easy way is to take the rod and your barrel in the shower with you. You can clean it real fast doing it that way.
Oh, Mark, don't be ridiculous. You're so silly.
Another way is simply put that aside, is to get a patch and soak it in the water as such, and use my homemade cleaning rod to clean it up as such. Hey, you notice it comes out a little black, so we'll just get another little patch. Get the patch wet and put it right on top of there, and your cleaning rod, clean it right out again. Look at that. Boy, that thing's almost coming out sweet looking. That's what I like about using shoots and powder. Shoots and powder makes these things clean up so quickly. Let's try it one more time. Since it's wet down the barrel, let's try a dry patch down in there and see what it looks like. Oh, look at that. Well, that's just about as good as it's going to get. Let's do one more. Twist it down here in the breech area, get it cleaned out. Oh boy, looky there, just a couple little rings left on it. I'll tell you what I need to do. I'm going to try this one more time with a little bit of water on it, just to see if there's anything else will come out of there. Look at that, clean as it's going to get. Isn't that nice? All right, let's get some dry patches on here. Probably 2 to 3 will be all it will need to clean it up. A lot of folks just don't like to fool with muzzleloaders because they say it's just too much hassle cleaning them up. 5 to 7 minutes is all you need to clean these things up. You don't have to get crazy with them unless you want to take the locks apart, and I don't see any sense of doing that. Let's turn this patch over. Give it a nice workout here. And look how clean that is. That is just about as clean as you're going to get that rascal. So what I will do from now is I lubricate the patch with this fresh 10W30 oil and run it down the barrel to get it wet inside. About 1 pass is all I'll make with it. Still clean as a whistle. And wipe the barrel down with the patch. Get it good and wet with oil on it. And we are ready to put this rascal back together. Okay, let's reassemble this rascal and show you how easy it is to put it back together. Before we do that, I almost forgot, we need to wipe off the inside of this because it's got a little bit of oil in there. Get all good and dry. As we clean this part up, I realize that the triggers are not being taken out this time. I take them out every year or so, and it's just really not necessary to do that. They work just fine. Remember this little clip I was talking about a minute ago that you don't want to lose? Let's show you how we put it back together. What you want to do is get one of the lock screws, go through here about halfway, and go through that little hole there on your clip so that it points down like that. And get your lock. You can put it back in here like such. And I just kind of start the screw with it. Just kind of start one. And get the other one in there and get your screwdriver and tighten them down. The barrel has a lug here on this side, and you hook it underneath back here at the back and lay it right down in the barrel channel. Now if it's tight, you have to kind of play with it a little bit to get it in there so it will fit in. There it goes. There it goes, just like that. And the wedge, just push it back in as such. And now you just take the back side of the screwdriver and just pound it right in. Put the rim right in. Nothing to it. 5 to 6, 7 minutes is all it takes. Put that back into the zipper case. And you are done. Now how easy was that? It doesn't get any simpler than that. So if you're afraid to get out and shoot black powder, don't let cleaning the gun stop you from getting started. It's a fascinating hobby. Thanks for watching. And remember, Jesus does love you. And we'll catch you next week on another fancy adventure of some kind. We'll see you later.